Hey, what's up everybody? Chuck here. Here you see before you the ingredients of some no-bake peanut butter cookies. Now I've got one other video on my channel that you may have seen that is very similar. The recipe is very similar to this, and my boy Country Bob hooked me up with the making of that one. I hope y'all enjoyed it. That boy's got screws loose. Anyway, the difference in the recipe on this right here, instead of running the 3 cups of white sugar, we got 2.5 cups of white sugar with a half cup of brown sugar. Then with the vanilla over here, homemade vanilla, good stuff. Instead of using milk, we are using sugar cookie eggnog. I've made it before with like regular eggnog, not homemade eggnog. This is like you go in your milk section during Christmas time, buy that eggnog. There you go, use that stuff. It makes a great cookie. Candy melts. Yes, we're doing something different this time. We are going to put a candy coating. We're going to chocolate coat them. Instead of leaving them in there, you slap them down and make a little flat cookie looking, as Country Bob calls it, a cow pile. What we're going to do with these is just scoop them out of the small balls. We're going to roll them about 1 inch size balls, not a little bite size, and then we'll chocolate coat those. So anyway, there's the quick summary of what's about to happen. We're going to get set up and get this stuff a-boiling. Alright everybody, we got the pan set up here, and we're going to put the heat on medium. Already got the milk, well it would be milk, but this time it's the sugar cookie eggnog. Honestly, eggnog makes a really good cookie doing stuff like this. Oh, add our butter. Then pour all the sugar in. Alright, this is the long boiling part, to where we gotta wait for this to start boiling. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to keep stirring this stuff up so the sugars doesn't burn. And when it starts getting to the proper boiling point, because there's really a certain point when you want to watch the boil. I mean, you got to boil to where you get like the edges of it's got these little, little bubbles popping up. But you want a bowl that says you cannot stir the bubbles down. When you stir it, the bubbles keep on rolling. So I'll hit back with you in just a moment whenever those bubbles start popping. Hey, just in case you're wondering, it's not boiling yet. Check out the butter. It's still, looks like little marshmallow balls or something floating in here. One thing to keep in mind as you're waiting for the mixture to start boiling, keep stirring, because if the sugar sits on the bottom too long, it'll burn and caramelize. At this point, you just want it to boil, and so we can get all the peanut butter and all the other mixture stuff mixed in. So, oh yeah, nice stainless steel pan. See these? Don't use your spoon. Don't use forks. Spoon and forks are bad for pans like this. Spoons and forks are bad to stir anything with. Silicone spatulas, they rule. You don't have to go buy some kind of expensive one or anything like that. This right here was either Walmart or Hobby Lobby, one of the two. I mean, it's only like $4. And I've had it for a while. And they just keep on going and going and going. So they do good. So, no forks and spoons stirring. Bad. Okay, let's wait for it to boil. Alright everyone, we're boiling. How you know it's ready? When the boiling first starts, you can take your spatula and just kind of stir like right here, and you'll knock the bubbles down. You'll pause for a moment, and it'll take a moment for the bubbles to come back. Now whenever you know you got the right boil to start timing, it's when it's like this. No matter how much you stir, the bubbles keep coming. So at this point, 2 minutes. We got to boil this mixture for 2 minutes. So I'm going to kill the video so I don't bore you to death. And when the 2 minutes is up, I'll be right back. Alright everybody, 2 minutes is up. See how foamy it is? That's how you know whenever it is there. Now we're going to kill the heat. Let's see if I can do this at the same time. Move this over here. Kill the camera a little bit for you. Taking it off the heat. I'll get the peanut butter scooped in. Be careful to splash this stuff. Now get the peanut butter scooped in. Of course, all the hot sugar is going to melt the peanut butter down. To kind of mash the peanut butter, start breaking it up. It'll help it break down faster mixing with the sugars. And also at this point, what you want to do is mix in the vanilla. So I'm going to get this stuff stirred up, and I'll show you when it's smooth. Alright, no more lumps. Just make sure you can keep scratching the bottom, make sure there's no peanut butter stuck to the bottom, breaking it up and stirring it. Now before it gets too cool, it starts setting up on you. Gotta get the oats in there. So you see how it's mixing in. It's going to get kind of clumpy and hard to mix and such. But you keep working with it till all the oats are covered. Rake it off the sides. See, you can't do that with a spoon before. Well, you could, but it just doesn't do good for your pans. But spatulas, look at that, rake it right off there. Okay, I'm going to get this stuff mixed in good. We're going to get the other pan set up and start rolling these things out. Because remember, instead of making the little, as Country Bob says, the cow piles, instead of making them like that this time, we're going to roll them up into little bite-sized balls. Get this mixed up and prepped. We'll be ready be back with you in a moment. Alright, the cookie mixture is now cool enough that you can pretty much handle it by hand now, because that's what we're going to do to roll them out. What you see here is just another cooling rack for cookies. I've got this wax paper laid on a bigger version of one of these. I just want to show you guys. And my bottom of my pan here is still a little bit warm. I've got it set on top of one of my homemade trivets. There's a video on that too also, by the way. So let's get rolling out some dough. Scoop you out some. Take a packet. And roll them up. Now they're crumbly, so you got to make sure you pack them good. If they're still warm for your touch, you can wait on them a little bit longer if you want. Or if you want, you just hand the dough and pull it out, whichever one you want to do. Just roll up on the dough. You're going to have little peanuts and stuff flaking out, so you can throw them back in. Anyway, long story short, it will be a ridiculously long video if you guys to sit and watch me do this. So what's good? I'm going to get all these things rolled out, packed out. Then once I get them all rolled up, I'm going to throw them in the freezer and make them set a little quicker. So I'm kind of a time restraint today. So I'm going to get all these rolled out, and anyway, I'll kick it back on a bit. Alright, 48 little cookie balls rolled up. I got some dough left in the pan there, and I'll probably just make them into regular cookies or whatever. But I'm going to take these, put these in the freezer, get them frozen up real good, because I'm going to put that chocolate coating over them. So anyway, I'll throw them in the freezer for about 30 minutes. I'll pull them back out and we'll start laying down some chocolate. Alright, cookie balls are ready. And now what we got to do here is the chocolate. We got to melt it down. You see it's like little chips right now. Here's how I normally do it. Directions say put it like on defrost setting for 30 seconds to a minute. Typically what I do, I put it in for about 15 seconds, pull it out, check it. Another 10 to 15 seconds, check it. Short interval bursts. And the reason why, chocolate will burn if you put it in too long, and if you use this right here is a candy coating chocolate, so you really don't have to baby it too much. But if you used to be using chocolates like with high percentage of cocoa, like your 80s or above, if you do not do it right, you'll lose your temper in your chocolate and it will not set up right. It just doesn't work. So I'm going to throw this in the microwave for about 15 seconds, pull it out, check it, and keep doing it until the chocolate's melted. So I'll see you in just a moment. Alright, 3 10-second bursts so far, and you can see some of the chocolate down here starting to break up and melt. So I'm going to throw it in for keep doing 10 seconds. So you get to the point where the chips will actually start looking like they're formed. but you'll take a fork or a spoon and you stir them up. They just mix. So I'm gonna go for a couple more bursts. Okay, 2 more 10-second bursts. You can see some of the chips. See how they look formed? They look like they're fine. Look, spoon's going right through most of them. So now we're gonna start stirring. Now I don't need to make a huge batch, so obviously this little batch of chocolate's not going to cover all of those, which is not a big deal because I don't need a whole lot of them. And oftentimes you keep stirring, the hot chocolate that's already melted will melt the remaining chips. Because again, you don't want to overcook your chocolate. And see, chocolate melted. When I first showed it to you, you seen all the chocolate chips were formed. Then you stir them up and they just kind of just blend like that. That means they're ready to start coating. So here's what we're going to do. Alright, let's start coating some cookies. Take one, sit here. Now, the thing of it is, here I've already got a spoon over there. These cookies are kind of hard. Well, the sugar content, they're kind of hard. They're kind of hard to cover. So just to dip them in, dip them back out, it's not going to happen because the toothpicks will come out of them. So do that. You tap them like every. Make sure you angle them back because you'll knock that cookie right off that toothpick if you don't. See, it's already trying to turn on it. So you knock off the excess chocolate and set them down. Do that over and over until you get them all covered. So let me get these covered and be right back with you. Hey, I'll show you another trick. I don't know why I didn't show you guys this a moment ago, but whenever I was dipping the cookie balls, like I said, the true nature of those cookies, they're kind of a hard, brittle, sugar type cookie. The toothpicks just will not hold to dip it in and pull it back out. So get in here and scoop the scoop the chocolate around it, like so. Make sure it's covered. See, told you. See, toothpick come out of that one. So you pick it up. Just take and tap the spoon on the bottom of it like right there a little bit. Knock off the excess chocolate. Not that you can have too much chocolate or anything. So then you take and set them right back down. So there you go. I'm going to knock off the rest of these. While working with the chocolate, you can see I've got only a few of them done. While working with it, it will start to soften back up. So I ran another 10 seconds in the microwave to get it to soften back up so I can work with it and get things dipping. I just want to show you guys can actually, heat and reheat, but do it in very short bursts so you don't burn the chocolate. So, dip a few more, I may have to heat it again. I just want to show you guys this. Looky everyone, it's smiling back at you. Well, I had to have a little fun when I dressed up the plate this time, because it is Christmas after all. But here we see the evolution of the no-bake peanut butter cookies. Old school edition here. We got the standard recipe, flattened out, just like the old, as Country Bob said, the cow piles. Then we got roll them up in a ball, cover them with a little chocolate, makes a great recipe, even better. But now we're going to dress them up. White chocolate drizzle. And how I did that, you take white chocolate morsels, just like you did the dark chocolate, like I showed you earlier in the video. Melt it down till it's really good and stringy. Take your spoon, dip into it, and just run it back and forth, come across your rows of your little chocolate balls there. It draws a little line. You see some places, like right here, where they come out a little heavier than others, but that just adds to the artistic flair to it all. So there they are, looking good as they can be. Looking good. Yeah, I gotta try one. How about that right there? See if we get a heavy white chocolate line. That looks like a good one. Definitely good. Kind of makes you think Reese's peanut butter cups up better. So anyway, they're darn good. I showed you what it takes to make them. Showed you how to do it. It's all up to you now. Come on, people, make you some. It's some good eating right there. So therefore, hey, if you like my video, give me a thumbs up. If you like my channel, subscribe. So all that's left to do is for you guys to go make yourself some cookies. That is what for me to do. I'm going to go eat the rest. I've already ate about 4 or 5 of these things. Golly. They're addictive. Anyway, enough of my rambling. Y'all have a good night. Everyone, a Merry Christmas. I'm out. Peace. See y'all.